Hey everyone, I hope you're good. I've decided to do an influencer assumptions. One, let's clear it up, I hate the word influencer, but the technical term for what people who create YouTube videos, Instagram content, it's not really YouTuber anymore. Even YouTubers are classed as influencers, I guess. So yeah, that's what this is, an influencer assumptions. I feel like now I've been in the industry for quite a while. Like I started unknowingly being in the industry in like 2014. And then as I sort of grew my platforms, I guess I've been doing it gradually over time, and then I've been full-time since I finished uni in May. So yeah, I've had like a few months of doing it full time and seeing what it really is like and how stressful it is, or whether it's stressful at all. Like I know there's so many misconceptions, and also just people who are curious about what the working in the online industry as an influencer is like. So I want to clear up from my side of things. By all means, this video is not obviously 100% truth, it's from my personal beliefs, so don't come for me. This is how I've personally found it. Responses, opinions, someone else who's been doing it for longer than me could think exactly the same, or someone who's been doing it shorter than me could feel completely different. Just to bear in mind in case anyone wants to like cut my throat halfway through the video. I just want to be as honest as possible, you know. I feel like it's super interesting answering these like assumptions, and I don't know, it could get a bit heated. Some of the questions were a little bit interesting, and I was going to film this video with Carrie, but we ended up getting a bit sidetracked when we were supposed to be filming it. So here I am alone. Let me know if you want a part 2 at the end of this video with Carrie, because I feel like she'd be a great input in this sort of thing. I was super scared to put this up, as you can imagine. I am very sensitive. So we've got, some people put on a persona for Instagram. I do agree with this. Yeah, I think this is something that I can like agree with and disagree with. I want someone to meet me in real life if they've seen my Instagram and feel like they know me, like they know I'm like the exact same as what you see on my stories in real life. That's the sort of vibe I go for, and I completely get for people being more private. I know I'm a little bit of an oversharer, and I talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't. I enjoy talking about taboo topics, breaking down those boundaries, and you know, getting stuff out there in the open and making other people feel comfortable discussing it. I know other people just have Instagram to be pretty, aesthetic, which is also amazing. Like I love seeing people get creative and artistic, but I guess that is like aside from the point of this assumption. I'm literally just chatting out my arse. And people put on a persona. I do think there are some people, I guess, that come across a bit fake on Instagram. Yeah, there are some people out there that definitely don't do it for the right reasons, if that is what the assumption is. They'll flog anything for a paid ad. I definitely think there are some people who do that. I know there are some like specific products that a lot of influencers that you sort of like see sort of shoved down your throats online because the brand puts a lot of money into their influencer marketing. I feel like it just depends sort of what you see online. I think there are some people that flog fucking anything, and you can see sort of straight through them. I guess get your money if you have to. Like if it's like a harmful product that is going to damage their audience, then obviously I don't condone that. But I think sometimes I guess people are hard for money and do it for more the financial reason rather than something that fits authentically with their account. So yeah, I think some people do flog anything, some people are a little bit more critical. I've learned that now that I'm doing it a little bit more full time, I have to be very picky when I choose what goes onto my platform and find things that are gonna blend seamlessly with my other content, because I only want to promote things that I think are going to be beneficial to other people, things that are going to educate, inspire, empower, and make people feel good, things that make me feel good I want to sort of share with the world, that sort of vibe. So yeah, I think there are, again, some like there's both end of the spectrums for that one as well. So God, it's an easy job, and 100% I will be the first person to say obviously this is an easy job in comparison to someone who is doing a labour style job where they're like lifting heavy things or like working really long hours. Like my other job was harder physically because I'd be there for 12 hours a day. I know obviously even when I was working catering, there are people that work even harder, but I guess it's all relative. Like I personally think this job that I'm currently doing online is hard mentally. It's been like the most mentally challenging job that I've ever had in my life so far. Just having a lot of different opinions constantly thrown into my life, like when people don't fully know me as a person. So yeah, I find social media hard mentally, not so much physically. I bloody love this. It's literally my hobby, creating stuff and like finding new things that I love and experimenting with like Instagram Reels, for example. Absolutely love that sort of thing. But yeah, I definitely think it is an easy job. Like I can choose my own hours. It's very flexible. It can offer me a great income depending on what it is, what job comes in, or like what brand deal comes in or whatever. So grateful and blessed for that. But I guess it's taken me a long time to get to that point. Like I know for some people, they can get straight into the industry from like knowing someone or being a friend, relative, but for me, like I just started this as a hobby like in 2014 when I just wanted to write my blog, and sort of it's taken up till like what, 6 years later that I'm actually able to earn like an income from it. So I guess it's hard in the sense that I've been working for 6 years unpaid essentially, but yeah, it's not a hard job. Like I'm sat here filming a video, I'm sat editing. That's not hard. Like I can choose when I want to edit if I want to, but I think I put a lot of pressure on myself and a lot of mental pressure, which is what makes it hard for me. I know I could ease it a little bit, but I do just generally don't have a very thick skin. So yeah, I do struggle a little bit, but yeah, I guess that's different from person to person and whether they think it's hard or easy. Someone's just put wealthy. I wish. I wish. There is definitely a lot of money. Like some influencer marketing is on the rise constantly. It's increasing, which is what me and Carrie do a lot on our brand consistency. If you're looking to grow your Instagram and make a full-time job or income or career out of Instagram, then definitely go check out mine and Carrie's shop. I'll leave it down below, and the Instagram handle. You can make some good money from creating online content. Brands are obviously putting a lot more money into influencers now. Well, I say that, but they are investing more money into influencers rather than just TV ads, YouTube ads, like billboards and things like that. They're obviously investing more money into people because influencers have their target audience there for them, whereas when they put like a toothpaste ad on the TV, they have no idea who's going to be like consuming that. Whereas if my followers followed me for my teeth, they're going to get their audience, their target audience straight away, which is obviously why they do contact influencers. And yeah, there is some good money in it, I think, and the people who have lots of followers are very wealthy, but for me, I'm not wealthy. It's a toxic community. Influencer industry, toxic. I think it just depends whether what group you're in, if you're in a group, what you sort of classify yourself as. I personally don't think it's toxic because I sort of follow the people I want to follow, that I enjoy, who I love, that aren't going to make me feel like shit. So I personally don't find it toxic. I think it can be toxic and damaging if you're consuming a lot of content that's edited and you don't know it's edited, like face-tuned bodies and things. I feel like that is very damaging and can be toxic. But yeah, I think there's, again, that's one where there's a spectrum. If you're following the right people, then you're all good and it's not that toxic. And personally, I don't find it toxic because all of the people that I communicate with and interact with and chat to are all great and don't give me toxic vibes. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. What do you think about creators using affiliate links for products they haven't tried or bought, for example, wish lists, getting money by promoting it when they don't even use them? This is interesting. So sometimes influencers will pop a dress on their story or do like a little wish list thing on their story where they're like, oh, things I want from ASOS, and put them up with affiliate links. And affiliate links, I've explained before in some like Instagram videos. Say I have this jumper on and someone wants to buy it, I might have put up an affiliate link, and if someone buys it, I get a commission from the affiliate site. For example, 21 Buttons, Shop Style, whoever I've decided to create the link through, and I get a commission. The person who's buying it doesn't give any money to me, they're giving the money completely to the brand, but I just get commission if they shop through that link, which is obviously great because it can generate like a small tiny bit of income every month. Say like one of my friends is wearing this stunning dress and everyone wants to buy it, they've obviously wanted to buy it because they've seen it on her, so I guess she gets the credit for obviously selling the dress, you know what I mean? Selling the dress non with the brand. I can't even form words, like I'm in such a weird mood this evening. I don't feel a certain way towards it. I personally haven't done it, but just because I haven't really thought about doing it before, but I have seen people do it. I think it's just the consumers, whether the consumer wants to buy something from something they haven't tried or recommended. I don't know. That is a weird one. Let me know your thoughts if you're watching this at home. Let me know your thoughts on that one, because I'm actually a little bit stuck in the middle. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. But that's a good question, a good assumption. Oh god, news, but I'm excited for this video. I hope you're enjoying so far if you're watching this. Oh, that you guys are afraid to overshare as every detail is scrutinised by so many. I would be. Absolutely. I'm still an oversharer now. I was even more so of an oversharer. I haven't toned it down a bit. I think I just post less of it, because every time I do post something to do with self-love, body confidence, periods, I got attacked tonight for uploading something literally just before this video, and it is very, very hard. That sort of goes back to the whole job being hard. I think it is just very mentally hard, like, and draining when people think they know me from just seeing a photo or a sentence that I've put up on my story. They just sort of like jump to conclusions and think they know me, and feel like they know my personal background, and they actually have no idea. Like, I still think you only see like 50% of my life, I'd say, whereas there's that 50% that I'm off camera. Like, I'm not filming a 24-hour clip every day. So yeah, I think some of us are afraid. I think some are more so than I am, because I just think that it's more important that I'm talking openly about topics so that other people feel less alone, even though I wish I could do with whilst blocking horrible, nasty people that have nothing nice to say. I am very afraid, and I know a lot of my friends are afraid too, of posting things and overthinking things before I upload them, because I'm like, can someone take this the wrong way? Like, I don't know. I just sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable sharing stuff now, now that my Instagram's built up a bit. They're all rich and make loads of money. Nope. I do not make loads of money, but some people do. So yeah, not you, lol, but sometimes get the vibes they hate DMs from followers. Yeah, I think that just is from person to person. I love chatting with people on Instagram. Sometimes it takes me a little while longer than other times. If I'm like busy doing work and editing and doing other bits for like errands, I won't get around to replying, but I look through every single DM. Like, I'm not that big of an account. Like, I can obviously look through all my DMs and my requests and stuff, and I will reply to everyone as soon as I physically can, but they are never unnoticed. I appreciate comments and messages so much. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't respond to DMs. I think purely because they're afraid of what's in there. Like, going back to the scrutinized everything that you do, some people do avoid their requests because of that, which I completely understand too. So yeah, I personally look at them and sometimes have a little mental health knock because of it. But yeah, I just think it's really important to have conversations with people and thank people for sort of supporting me on my little journey. Most of them take on sponsorships for the money and don't actually test the products. Yeah, I'd say that is probably true for some people. I genuinely have tried everything that I have posted. I don't think I could fully pull off me speaking about something that I have not tried myself, tested or used, because I feel like you would be able to tell, you'd be able to tell about the way I'm talking about it, whether I've used it or not. Like, I do think sometimes some people have tried things just for the money and not implemented it into their routine. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is probably correct to an extent. They don't get to stop and slouch in pyjamas to watch a movie. Their minds work overtime. This is very interesting. I didn't think someone would point this out. Like, I thought it was mainly like negative ones, whereas I think this is quite positive. You think like our minds work overtime, which mine personally does. Like, I'm constantly thinking of new ideas, because creative ideas just don't come on the spot. Mine usually come at night time when normal people, I say, sit and chill and watch films and do stuff. Whereas like my mind's most active at night, and that's when I want to like sort of do work, edit, get creative, write down my ideas. So I definitely think my mind works overtime, and I find it difficult to relax, and then I get burnt out because I've been sort of like stressing myself out and putting too much pressure on myself, and then I burn out, cry, have literally like a few days panicking, and then I start working loads again. So again, I think this is different from person to person. But yeah, I personally don't chill that much because I have like set myself like a schedule. I'm uploading 3 times a week on YouTube. I pretty much upload every day on Instagram. I'm making reels now. I've got TikTok. They feel a lot of pressure to stay on social media, even if it's damaging their mental health. Yeah, I'd say sometimes I should probably take a break from social media when I'm getting like nasty messages. But I'm addicted, and that is a problem, and I really want to do like a 24 hours no social media, which sounds absolutely pathetic, but when I'm literally addicted to my phone, that is going to be really hard for me. So I'm going to be intrigued. I was thinking about filming that because I saw Soph done it and it looked really cool, and it made her do a lot of other productive things outside of social media, which is interesting. But yeah, I definitely feel like the pressure is on, mainly because the Instagram algorithm is very intense, and like if you stop uploading, then your posts sort of like go down further in the algorithm and you don't appear. So I feel like a lot of people feel pressured to post a lot more. They get a lot of stuff for free that they don't disclose to their audience. Facts. I am someone who is very pernickety on this. I don't want to get sued. I don't want the ASA to come for me. The advertising guidelines say that you have to disclose everything that's free, gifted, PR stay, PR meal, anything like has to be disclosed in every single story. You can't just put like all these items are gifted and then put loads of stories without the gifted like tag in the corner or whatever. You have to disclose all the time, and that's part of the guidelines, and I just personally don't want to not follow them and disobey them because I don't want to get charged. I don't want them to come for me. Yeah, and I don't want to get caught out. I don't have the money. Maybe people do just can't be asked to put it on their story because they can afford to pay like a fine for it or whatever, but I personally can't, and I don't want to risk that. So if I genuinely ever forget a little tag or anything, Carrie will be the first to message me like, oh my god, and I'll shit myself and delete it and re-upload. So yeah, you will never see me not disclosing things that are gifted or an ad because it's illegal. But I know a lot of people do, so yeah, I think that assumption's very correct. A lot more people don't. Like, a lot of my friends obviously do because I surround myself with good people, you know, good people who do legal things. They all claim they work really hard when all they do is take photos all day. This was quite offensive to me personally. I guess some people just take photos. I don't know, like I feel like loads of people have way more going on behind the scenes than just taking a few photos. Even like reality stars, they have like shows going on in behind the scenes. They're doing lots of projects with like fashion lines and things like that. I personally obviously have my YouTube channel, which I'm like filming, editing, creating, going out and making content for a variety of things, whether it's brand deals or for projects with me and Carrie and consistency. Like, I've got my business with Carrie, so I have a lot going on than taking just photos. So yeah, I personally find this quite offensive, but I guess there's probably influencers out there who do take photos. But I realise I'm chatting too much, so I will carry on. So I've got just one that says cringe. I'd say yeah, I'm pretty cringe, but I really don't care because it's just my personality. So here we are. They don't care about the environment. That is a very sticky subject, I guess. Like, I'd say I'm hands up. I'm not the most sustainable, ethical queen, and that is purely because I've never had the money to afford things that are completely ethical, completely sustainable. A lot of effort to cut out pretty much all meat from my diet. I recycle, use reusable like cotton pads, got bamboo toothbrush. Like, I have stuff in my life that I have changed and switched, like gradually, things I physically can at this point in my life. I would love to be completely sustainable and ethical, like I'd love to do that, but I think a lot of the fingers get pointed at influencers because they share a lot online, whereas I think a lot of normal people who aren't posting that are doing the exact same thing, but we just get the fingers pointed at us. And I also think that it should be the businesses and brands that we blame. I know as consumers we are part of the problem, like I'm completely aware of that, but I do think that I can't save the world single-handedly. Like, these big businesses need to be up in their game and making stuff that is recyclable, making recyclable packaging and using sustainable materials and things like that. So yeah, I don't know, I don't think we all don't care about the environment. I just think sometimes we don't have the resources. Some people just purely don't. Like, I get that assumption, but yeah, I don't think it fully applies to me. Oh, this is so cute. I feel that some influencers just want attention, whereas others actually want to change society, like you. I'm actually gonna cry. I'm like so emotional this evening. That is the cutest thing ever. Thank you. Non-skinny influencers promote body confidence until they earn enough money to lose weight. Jesus Christ. That is an intense one. I can see why you've said that. I know a lot of not naming and shaming, but on some TV shows, people who were the curvier girls or get the money on said TV show and then they bring out a weight loss program or something else that's really toxic, products, things that make you slim, and then they lose loads of weight when they get money. I completely understand that. I do see the pressures in the industry. Like, I know why people want to lose weight, because you get taken more seriously, you don't get the fat phobic comments, the unhealthy comments, that I'm prone to a lot, obviously, because I'm like a size 12, 14 woman. But yeah, I would say I earn like an okay income, and I am not urgent to become skinny because I physically can't, because of the way my body works, and that's absolutely fine. Like, we all have different body shapes and sizes for reasons, health reasons, stuff going on in our bodies. Like, there's so many different things that can constitute towards body shape, and yeah, I can understand why you'd say that these people do that, but I won't. Okay, and then final one, because I feel like I've just been rambling, is the misperception that they don't have real jobs. Some positive messages out there though. To be fair, I get this a lot, like in my life, real life, not online. I've had people say to me, like distant family and stuff, say, oh, that means you won't need to get a real job then. And I'm like, what do you class as a real job? Because like, if you're earning an income, it's just the job, isn't it? Like, I would never say to my dad, when are you going to get a real job, because he's self-employed? Like, I would never say that to him. So me being self-employed here, essentially, is no different. Like, I get that it is such a different industry, and like, it's very hard for people to grasp who are like a different generation. Yeah, I don't know. I hate the misconception that it's not a real job, because I obviously have seen it from a whole different side of things now that I'm doing it full time, which is so interesting, and I really enjoy it. And I think it's affecting me less now that I'm in it, because I know the hard work that I personally put in and all the people behind the scenes put in to create the content, to do all these like side projects and fun things. So yeah, I think it's personally a real job, and that's all that matters really. But yeah, I think it is, and if you don't, then what do you class as a real job? Because I would love to know. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been a little bit insightful, and I've like sort of cleared up some assumptions. Feel free to have a chat in the comments. Please don't come for me. I am a little baby that hates being confronted, although I do want you to pull me up if I've said anything out of order. I don't want to be completely closed-minded. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.